I think we live. Like I said, it's only my third time live streaming, so let's go ahead and pull up. Let's go ahead and pull up the YouTube. Let's see how we looking. I guess we live. I see my dog Blake in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Pulling up the live stream. We live. I see my dog Blake in the chat. We sound good, man. Let's see. Let's see. Let's how we doing, Heat Nation? Let's see. We got the chat here. Blake, my boy Blake said, Aunt Blake, how we feeling, man? I'm gonna give Heat Nation a few minutes to hop on in here. Just started the live stream. Figure we'll go for like an hour or so. See if we get anybody in here. Like I said, only my third live stream, so I'm still doing some practicing with all this. Blake, give me a prediction, man. How we feeling? How we feeling, Heat Nation? I'll save my predictions for a little bit, man. I'm gonna hopefully call up some Heat fans, get them in the stream too. See how we all feeling. See how we all feeling, man. We got 4 people in the stream, 5 people in the stream. Y'all come say what's up, man. This could be the last stream of the season, man. I know. But I'm feeling confident, man. I'm feeling confident. But Jayson Tatum saying the same thing, you know. And he light skin, I ain't. So they got some super special light skin powers, man. Y'all know how that goes, man. All right, man. If you in the chat or if you were watching the stream, come say what's up. I see we got 7 viewers. That's 7 more than I expected to have. So I appreciate it. Let me know who y'all are, man. Y'all boys, y'all girls, man. Whoever's in here, leave a comment, say what's up. We got the Demented Man. Yo, what up? Let's go Heat. What's up, Demented Man? We got my girl, Katie K. What's up, Katie? How you doing? Y'all drop your score predictions below, man. If someone gets on point, we're going to have to do something crazy for y'all. Give y'all a special shout out. My girlfriend, Amaya, commented. She's in the living room right now. I told her she could come in and say what's up, but she camera shy or something. I don't know. I'm trying to get my views up. It would help. Anyways, my dog Blake said, hey, we going to pull this one out. 121 to 115? Blake, have you been watching the series, my guy? We barely scoring 80, bro. You thinking we going to drop 121? I like it, though, man. I like it. 121, 115 for Blake. I'm going to go ahead and give my final score prediction. Let's go 104. 96 Miami. I'll go ahead and type in chat for reference. 104-96 Miami. There you go. My girl got the guts. Heat 1 million, Celtics 0. What else we got? Demented Man, what you got a score prediction, man? Katie, what you got too? Let me hear what y'all think, man. What y'all doing, man? I've been trying to work on the nonchalant, messy bedhead look. I don't know if it looks sloppy. Yo, there's one dude who be watching my videos. Alex Amante. What's going on, man? 105.98. I like it, man. It's kind of close to what I think. What's up, Alex? Thanks you for tuning in. Make sure to share the stream. I don't know, man. I be watching some streams. They be saying that. Anyways, there's this one dude who watched my videos. His name is Chris Feder. So, Chris, if you're watching this, what's up, my guy? No shade or nothing. But he seems to be a loyal fan. Like, he watches my videos, so it's cool. But there was a couple times where instead of like putting water in my hair and gelling it up, I try to go with like the more of the natural look, I guess. I'm working on it. And he was like, oh, come on, man. You look like a schlub. This is a big game. You didn't even comb your hair. So I was like, damn. I was like, I was like, okay, like, is he joking? But then in the next video, I decided to put some water and gel and do the whole thing. And then he commented, oh, look at you finally combing your hair. So Chris, if you watching this, was that like really bothering you? I don't know, man. We got Eastern Conference final games to worry about, and you talk about my hair. That is crazy, man. Demented Man got the guts, 89-102. I like it. Katie don't got the guts. She says she don't want to make a prediction. No, I lied. She said I trust that we will win. That's the guts. I like the guts. I'm gonna take that, man. So really, there's only one way you can be wrong. And I'm going to pray that it's not going to happen. Then we got 9 people in here. My boy, the Taiwan. What's up, the Taiwan? He's the homie for real. Blessings to you, bro. Heat all the way. Let me get a score prediction to Taiwan. What you got, man? Let me get these score predictions in the chat. So, 95-88. Did someone already say that? I think, no, 105-98. They flip-flopped there. I could see it. I think it's going to be a dogfight, man. It's going to be a dogfight. I'll get into my keys of the game later and all that stuff. It's going to give Heat Nation a chance to get in here. Post it on. I don't really know how to promote a live stream. If y'all know any good ways, tell me. I put it on a bunch of Facebook group pages, put it on my Snap and Instagram, put it on Twitter. There's a Heat community on Twitter too with all those boys. Put it in there. I don't really like to self-promote or spam, though. That's why I try not to do it so much. But I also texted it, sent it to a bunch of my boys, so hopefully they can hop in soon. But some exciting news we'll be getting into a little bit. is I have a live reporter on the scene. What's up, E? Butler drops 25. That's it? I'm hoping Strus drops 25 plus. I actually said I'll get into my point after, but I actually said on the Heat versus the World podcast, maybe we'll get some of those people in here too, that I think Strus is going to drop 54 tonight. And my boy Joel from the pod, make sure y'all go check out that pod, by the way. It's called Heat versus the World. It's a great, great pod. I'm on there pretty much after every game. But it might be ending soon, depending on if we win tonight. But we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I called for a big Heat win, called for a dominating Strus performance. Called the same thing in game 6. He obviously played better, but he was only 3 of 8, so it wasn't too much. My boy Blake in the chat said Jimmy 34, Tyler if he back 11. Don't think Tyler will come back. I'm not even sure if I want him to be honest, just because he's already such a defensive liability. And if he's hurting out there, I can't imagine how much worse he's going to be. Or maybe it can't be worse. I don't know. But obviously his jump shot wasn't falling the last game he played. I don't know if that had to do because of the groin injury or not. But I think they have enough. And Spoelstra always says they have enough. Also says Bam 23. Oh, if we can get 20 plus from Bam. Blake, I don't see it. I hope so, though. I hope you're right. PJ 18. Oh, my. This man thinking we going to drop. What was your score prediction, Blake? You gave me a score prediction of 121. Oh, that's right. So you picked a lot of high scores. That's right. And Kyle back 15. That'd be big if we can get 15 plus from Kyle and Strus 17. I like it. We got my boy my boy Moendi. Y'all know from my game 3 recap, that was my boy Mo in the video. I don't know how he's watching this while in the gym because that dude is swole as hell. So he's always in the gym lifting or benching. So if you're watching this, Mo, go ahead and let me know. He said 103.97. I like it. The Taiwan said unsung X factor Calev Martin, 16 points off the bench. Oh, if you get 16 points from Calev, you got to think that's a dub. I mean, Boston could have said the same thing about Derrick White dropping 22. And obviously, they didn't win. But Calev is always going to give you the defense. And if he can get 16 with it, that is beautiful. Jit from Florida. I don't know you, Jit from Florida, but that name is hilarious. I'll be saying Jit all the time because I'm from Broward, too. I think that's a Broward thing, so I like that. He said Jimmy dropping 50, averaging 40-point triple-double in the finals. That's it? No, I'm kidding. Man, if Jimmy Butler, realistically, because I think I heard this on the 5 on the Floor podcast, they said if Jimmy can somehow replicate the game that he had in game 6, does he cement himself as one of the greatest players of all time? I don't know, top 15, top 20, but to have these kind of legendary performances, I actually saw he owns like 5 of the top like 35 game score performances of all time. A shout out to my boy Blake. I think he just posted me on his story. Appreciate you, Blake. But they said Jimmy has 5 of the top 5 game score performances ever. If y'all don't know what a game score performance is, I actually learned this recently because of Jimmy High Roller. Y'all know him, might know him from YouTube. Basically, what a game score is it takes into account all of your statistics, including number statistics, but also efficiency and advanced statistics, and it compiles all of that into a game score, and the higher the score, the better game it is. So I think the greatest game of all time, I forgot who. I think it was actually Damian Lillard. I forgot which game, but it was an unreal 50-point game he had with a bunch of bombs and crazy efficiency. But basically, Jimmy has essentially 5 of the greatest games of all time, top 35. That's legendary stuff, man. And when you take into account the stage that he's doing it on, it's crazy, man. So if Jimmy can drop another piece like he had yesterday, he's in the conversation, man. I already think he's a top 10 player in the league. Most people would debate that, but when you look at a lot of the guys most people would probably have in the top 10, they don't do it on the big stage. James Harden does not do it on the big stage. There's a lot of stars like that. I mean, Chris Paul, he's very good in the clutch, but he seemed to come up short a lot of times. That's not a good example, though, because they've had a bunch of injuries and stuff, too. But Ben Simmons, another example, but obviously not too many people like him anymore. Let's get back to some of these comments. But Jit from Florida, I love it, man. My boy Abdullah, longtime follower, I appreciate you, said, what do you think of Lowry, Vincent, and Jimmy all on the field at the same time in Game 6? Can't remember Spo using that. That is a great – we got 19 viewers. That's a record, man. Shout out to Heat Nation, man. Leave your score predictions down below, man. And if y'all want to join with video, DM me on Instagram, man. Just got a like from Sean Rochester. Sean, if you're watching this, man, you my boy. I believe in Duncan. You believe in Duncan. DM me on Instagram, man. We'll do a video. We'll get a video call and get all the Heat Nation up in here. But yeah, You're right, Abdullah. That's the first time I can remember seeing Lowry and Vincent in the same time on the court. But to tell you the truth, man, I loved it. I loved it. When Lowry fouled out, they brought in Depot. And then when Strus fouled out, when Strus fouled out, they brought in Gabe Vincent. And I kind of thought it was a blessing in disguise, truthfully, just because, yeah, Strus can play defense, Lowry can play defense, but not like Gabe and Vic, man. So when he had the lineup, he had the God defensive lineup of Gabe, Vic, Jimmy, PJ, Bam. I said, nobody is scoring on that. And sure enough, Boston was there, barely able to get anything down the stretch. And Victor Oladipo had the best defensive player of the game with that charge. Speaking of that charge, that was a miracle for the Heat. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I had never heard of that ruling in my life. If y'all don't remember, basically that's where apparently now, without a coach's challenge, you can review block charges, but only if it was called a block because the feet was in the restricted area. I don't really know if that makes sense, but basically they were saying if the ref was called block because he was moving, you can't review it. If they called it a block because they thought his foot was in the restricted area, then you can review it. And basically they reviewed it. Vic was outside of the restricted area. Therefore, they overturned it to a charge. That was a miracle. Never heard of that in my life. But to answer your question, Abdullah, I love it. When defense does go a long way, I don't fully believe in the phrase defense wins championships because the winner of the game is who scores the most points. But in clutch time situations, that means a lot, man. The Heat even got a few turnovers there at the end, and Boston had to play the free throw game, and we were obviously able to pull out with the win. The Menton Man 32 says, Daddy Strus, 21 points. Jimmy dropping 45 and 10 and 6 and 3. I love it, man. I love that y'all recognize Heat Nation because believe it or not, I mean, y'all know, y'all probably part of Heat Twitter. There's Heat fans that don't or didn't like Jimmy. I'm sure they probably changed their mind now. They think he's overpaid, which I guess is a different discussion because personally, I can't believe that 3 years from now, Jimmy's contract is going to be good because he's going to be like, 36? And I personally don't think his game builds well with age because he attacks the basket a lot. People say, yeah, he's a lot like D Wade. He got the mid-range game, but his mid-range game is not as good as D Wade yet. But maybe as Jimmy starts to get older, he can get better and better than that. And maybe he can still be a very effective player when he's 36. But I guess, like I said, that's a different conversation, being overpaid and liking him. But people didn't like the contract to begin with. They said he can't shoot threes. You got to shoot threes nowadays. They said he gets hurt too much. So look what he's doing now. I've always believed in Jimmy. And what he did in the 2020 finals, going toe-to-toe with LeBron, and not only outscoring LeBron, but defending him on the other end, that cemented him as one of the top players in the league, in my opinion. So I like it, the Menon Man. I can see it. The Taiwan Davis says, it'll be crazy if UD gets some action in Game 7. If UD gets some action, that must mean that the Heat are up 50 points. So I'll say it will be crazy. Katie said, Jimmy constantly disrespected just adds to the field of his fire. Great point, Katie. This team loves being hated on. They love the adversity. And time after time again, that's when they're at their best. That's part of the reason that I am so thankful to be raised a Miami Heat fan because I love rooting for a team like that, a team that doesn't quit, a team that doesn't give up or make excuses like the Philadelphia 76ers and Doc Rivers. That's just got to be so annoying as a fan. You hear Doc Rivers make all these excuses about people being hurt. They criticize him, and his response is, oh, but what about when I was good? No, take the criticism, Doc, own up to it, and say you got to be better. That's what Erik Spoelstra does, and that's why he continually improves and not blows 3-1 leads time after time after time. Love the comment, Katie. Absolutely true. My boy Spencer, that's what I told you. My boy Karate Lifer on Twitter. We're going to get him on the phone a little bit. Said boots on the ground in less than an hour. That's my Miami correspondent. My boy went ahead and dropped like $6,000 for a Game 7 ticket just to be there for the stream. I appreciate it, Spencer. Got my boy Javi-san. Tyler Herro has to have a game tonight besides Jimmy. The Heat have adjusted to Bam becoming a punching bag in the series. Is Tyler playing? Did I miss something? I don't believe I did. But let me check that out real quick. No, yeah, I don't think so. By the way, y'all, 14 viewers in here. If y'all are new to the chat, go ahead and comment down below. Leave me your score prediction or feel free to DM me on Instagram if y'all want a video call in. I want to actually talk to y'all like face to face. We can do a live chat on Instagram. Y'all see in the bottom left there at Witness Miami Sports. But yeah, Javi, obviously this Heat's biggest struggle has been scoring. It's going to be a problem against this great defense like Boston we've seen. It's going to be a problem against a great defense like Golden State in the next round if we advance. Tyler Herro is the guy for us that can score at all three levels. We need him. He's the guy that can get this team out of a scoring drought. I personally wouldn't play him tonight, but hopefully if he's able to rest and the Heat are able to win, he can at least be, 70% by the time the finals come, because we do need him, like you said. We got Glenn Amedi said, "Let's go Heat. We have to get the one tonight." Yeah, we do. You know why tonight's a must win? Not because we go into the finals, because Game 6 has to mean something, man. Because if they lose tonight, Jimmy's all-time performance means absolutely nothing, and I don't want that, man. I want to tell my grand puppies, because my girl don't want to have kids, but I don't think I do either. They pretty expensive. That's besides the point. I want to tell my puppies and grandpuppies about Jimmy's performance. So they got to win today. My boy Trevon, that's nobody till in the chat. Shout out Trevon, man. I see you doing your thing, working on your YouTube channel. Real hooper. That's a hooper. He's not a ball player, but that's a hooper. There's a difference. He said, "I need Oladipo to get a 20-piece tonight and hit open." Of course. Yeah, Depot obviously not a great shooter, but he's a good enough shooter that if he gets the open looks, he has to hit, or else the spacing is going to be even worse than it was prior. So great point. Plus, we know what he's capable of. If he's able to kind of fill in the Tyler role from a scoring standpoint, huge, huge. Great point, Trayvon. Oh yeah, Javi just corrected me. He said he'd have adjusted. We got my mom in the chat. That's Donna Donardo. Shout out to my mom, loyal supporter, best mom in the game. She said, "My prediction is Heat win, Boston lose." Yeah, that's a good one. Better than Heat win, Boston win. So what she said, which is not possible. So at least what she said makes sense, because she be watching a little bit, just a little bit. So at least it makes sense. Shout out to my mom. The Taiwan David says, "Strus daddy alert, be fire." Man, it's been a minute since we got a Strus daddy alert. It's been a minute. I think we got back-to-back alerts a couple games ago in the last round versus Philly. But it's been a minute, man. So I like it. We got Uncle Drew say, "Yo, D, how are you?" Do I know who that is? Uncle Drew, I'm not sure I know you, but it sounded I was just curious if you know, because you call me D. But anyways, I'm good, man. I'm nervous. I'm excited, man. That's part of the reason I wanted to do this stream now, is to kind of waste some time before the game, but also just because if they lose tonight, you know how I end my videos by saying, "Y'all may never see me again." Y'all may never see me again for a minute, so I'm feeling good. If I will say though, if the Heat win tonight, y'all will be getting a Boston Celtics rant / funeral. The last one I did for Philly, make sure y'all check it out if it didn't. It blew up on Twitter. It had like over 20,000 views. Who's texting me? Had like over 20,000 views. Went off on Twitter, got like 1.5K on YouTube, which isn't great compared to the Twitter views, but it really blew up. People love this, so I'm excited to do a Boston one as well. With my boy Will, y'all know from the Wednesdays with Will. You probably don't know, that's a series I was doing a while ago, but I decided to kind of shelve it to the off season for more video ideas. It's gonna be cool though. Make sure y'all sub so you don't miss it. But he said, "Let's go." Katie said, "Like fine wine." That's how she think Jimmy's gonna age. I hope so, man. I hope so. He's in impeccable shape, so I can see it. Will said, "You didn't like the contract, my brother?" If he's talking about Jimmy, that is not true at all. Now, I said I don't think he's going to be as effective in his elder stage, worth the $50 million he'll be getting. I don't think so, just because we see every time he drives, he gets hit to the ground, and obviously his body's going to break up faster. But nah, you got to win now. Jimmy's a top 10 player in this league. You do whatever it takes to get him on your team now. Worry about everything else later. I didn't like the PJ contract, though, if that's what he's talking about. We got anyone sending me? Just did, G. Think that's my boy Javi. What's up? Oh, that is Javi. Yo, Javi, or anyone else, y'all watching the stream, if you want to hop in on the video, send me a DM on Insta. I got in the bottom left corner at Witness Miami Sports. DM me, say, "Yo, you want to come on? We could chat for a few minutes. I'll get y'all on the stream too." But yeah, I didn't like the PJ Tucker contract. Will knows that. I was way wrong about that. I just thought he was kind of old. I didn't realize he could play at this high a level anymore, especially since I'm not watching much PJ Tucker, obviously, before he was on Heat. Plus, every other team just used him as a three-point corner specialist with some defense. Miami's using him all around. They set screens for him, and he drives to the paint, does that little push shot floater. And not only does he still hit the corner three, but defensively, he's guarding the other team's best player. Not just the other team's big, even though he has been our small ball center at times. He's still guarding the Jayson Tatums, the James Hardens. So incredible. I will be uploading an I'm sorry PJ Tucker video in the offseason. So there you go, Will. My boy Thomas, that's a hooper right there. That's another hooper. Got that mid-range a lot. Said, "Caliente, vamos Heat, gran jugar." Nah, y'all think I'm too white. I gotta reset that. "Caliente, vamos Heat, gran jugador es Jimmy." Yeah, man, big game for Jimmy. I think so too, man. I know a little bit of Spanish. My boy Javi said, "I don't know if he's playing, but I know if he does." Yeah, Tyler, we'll get some news on that soon, although I don't expect him to. Jit from Florida got the confidence, man. He said, you think that he could beat the Warriors? There you go, man. We're going to be like ESPN doing a finals preview of Heat Warriors, because y'all saw in game 6, they did a finals preview of Boston versus Warriors. I don't know what type of garbage that is, man, but that's really disrespectful that they just completely neglected the Heat just like everyone else. But I'm not mad because I love it. I know Heat Nation loves it too, so I don't know why y'all be getting mad. We love adversity, man. Keep playing. Do I think that he can beat the Warriors? Yeah, if they're able to score. Warriors also have a great defense. But good news is they rely a lot on, the 3 guys, Curry, Klay, and Jordan Poole for offense. And I think we got guys that match up very well. I think you might even see a lot of PJ Tucker on Curry. Don't call me crazy, because we saw a lot of PJ Tucker on James Harden. Of course, that was a little bit of a different team. They don't have as many weapons as Golden State does. But I can see it, man. And I'd want to see a lot of Bam on Curry too, especially if Looney's out. They don't really got another big that they like to go to a lot. But I don't want to disrespect Draymond Green. I don't like him, but he is nasty on defense. So, yeah, I think that he can beat the Warriors. We got some more. Uncle Drew, I'm nervous for the Heat. Might not be efficient tonight. Jimmy got to show up. Yeah, see, the thing is they shot very well last game. I think they were 15 to 35, which comes to 42%. If I did my math correctly. No, I'm kidding. I knew probably. It was 42.9%. That's great, obviously, especially on 35 attempts. But believe it or not, that's actually very close to their season average. And if you can match your season average, they were the best shooting team in the league. So all you got to do is match your average and you'll be straight. I hope they can, because the prior 2 games, they were not only subpar, but they were historically bad. So just don't be historically bad again, and you got a chance. Jimmy is most likely not going to drop 47 again, but you know what? They don't need him to. If everyone else can step up and you still get close to 25 to 30 for Jimmy, they'll be straight, man. My boy the Taiwan says Boston lost their game 7 at home. Welcome to our game 7 Celtics. It's a good point, man. I could tell when Boston was leaving the stadium after game 6, they kind of had a look of defeat. They were all hype on the sidelines after Derrick White hit the 3 to take the lead. Marcus Smart and Peyton Pritchard were going like this just to say how close they were, or they were talking about how small their package is. With Marcus Smart, I could see it. I don't really know, to be honest. Anyways, yeah, man, they could feel it. They could taste it. And just to get that ripped out of their hearts, you wonder how deflated they would be, especially since I'm sure they went into that game with the mindset of win or go home. And obviously they lost. Fortunately for them, they got another chance, but we'll see if Miami can, because Miami kind of left it all on the line too. So we'll see what either team has left, because they're definitely empty the tank for that game 6. Blake said, W, Anthony's mom. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Take that as a compliment, man. We got the Demented Man 32 said, do you think Herro and Robinson are the next Splash Brothers? Strus, baby. Let's talk about Duncan real quick. I'm a huge Duncan supporter. Huge Duncan supporter. I don't know if I should say I am or I was, because he's been very frustrating. I was one of the few people all season that kept believing in Duncan Robinson and saying this is what shooters do. They go into slumps, they'll get out of it. And I've seen enough good Duncan Robinson. We essentially saw 2 good years of Duncan Robinson versus 1 bad regular season of Duncan Robinson, right? And I thought he would turn it around as the season went on. Never really did. Picked up a little bit. I think he actually finished after the All-Star break over 40%. But still, going into the playoffs, he had that phenomenal game 1 versus Atlanta. And I was going off saying, I told y'all this. I told you he was going to go off. Then he kind of never showed up again. And it's very frustrating because he's less than a 0 on the defensive end. And when he's not making shots, it's frustrating as a fan. And now is not the regular season. In the regular season, I had championship aspirations, so I didn't care if he cost him a few games by going 0 for 8, 0 for 9. But in the playoffs, there's no time for that, man. Especially when he comes into the game and not only gives up buckets, but fouls nonstop. A lot of that is not on him. The refs are not very favorable towards him, I know. But it's frustrating as a fan. Kind of going into the playoffs, I said I would be in favor of benching him for Victor Oladipo, because that was actually at a time when we didn't know if Depot was going to get any run. And it looks like Spo went with Duncan for a little bit, but eventually pulled the plug. And now we're kind of seeing him nearly out of the rotation, except for a couple minutes in the second quarter. And Depot's got a lot of run and been great, especially defensively. So do I think Herro and Robinson are the next Splash Brothers? You know what? No, because that group only won 3 rings, and this group's going to win 4. So my boy Joseph said Al Horford double-double plus 225 to lock it in. Al Horford sucked in. I'm checking my phone by to see if I got any DMs. Y'all don't want to talk, man. Go ahead and DM me at Witness Miami Sports. I'll get you on a video call, man. But yeah, Al Horford surprisingly sucked in game 6. It was probably his first bad game of the series. I think he shot 1 of 8. Did get into some foul trouble. Has killed the Heat this year. I give him a lot of credit. For all intents and purposes, he sounds like a really nice and great guy. But I don't like him, 1, because he killed Miami this series, and 2, because he's a Florida Gator. I'm sorry if there's any Florida Gators watching, but we University of Miami over here, baby. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't kill the Heat. Obviously, it's tough. They've been having a starting lineup of him and Robert Williams. And sometimes they have that lineup when our center is PJ Tucker. So they get a lot of boards and stuff. But Miami's done a great job fighting and crashing the glass as well. So I'm not necessarily scared of Al Horford tonight, although I think he can have a big game. But for him, maybe a big game is like 15 and 10. Very, very good, but I'm not sure that'll be enough to kill the Heat. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Robert Williams, he didn't play in the fourth quarter last game. I don't know if that's because he was hurt, but I'm expecting some news on him soon, whether he'll be good to go tonight. We got my boy Orchard. What's up, Orchard? How you doing, man? That's my boy Orchard from the Heat vs. the World podcast that I was telling y'all about. Great podcast. We just had a great reaction video to Jimmy's Game 6 legendary performance. So make sure you go check that out. It's on my Twitter too, at @AnthonyD_Heat. My boy Glenn says, Big Jim VP goes for 30, 10, and 8 tonight. The others to show up for Big Us to win. 30, 10, and 8. I could see it, man. That's the thing about Jimmy. A lot of people can score, but last game he almost had a triple-double, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. You don't see a guy like, I was going to say Curry. Curry, he's actually been pretty well at doing that, but Jimmy just does a little bit of everything, fills the stat sheet up while getting buckets and playing defense. It's all these things all encompassing while doing it efficiently, by the way. Curry has not been all that efficient this playoffs, but all those things make Jimmy a top 10 player, so I like it. Will said I'm capping. I think he's referencing when I said that I didn't like the Jimmy contract. You're capping, Will. I never said that. My boy Uncle Drew said I followed you on IG. Appreciate it, man. Do you got a different IG handle? Oh, you said you talked about Hassan Whiteside. Yes, sir. I don't remember you. I don't remember the IG, the YouTube name. But yeah, man. With the chance that some people might leave the stream after this, we got 13 of y'all in here. That's, again, 13 more people than I expected. So I really appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoying the stream. If you are enjoying the stream, go ahead and comment, share. Let's try to get this up a little bit, man. But I like Hassan Whiteside. I fell in love with him when I was like a 15, 16-year-old kid because of how exciting he was on the defensive end. And yes, it was very frustrating the way his career ended with Miami. He is without a doubt a stat chaser and pouts and does all those other things. That is the opposite of Heat culture. But that being said, he was so fun to watch, and his story was incredible, how he came out of nowhere. And I always said he was the only player I've ever seen get hot with blocking shots. Dudes get hot scoring, hitting threes, but he would get hot with blocking shots and get 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. It was the most exciting thing. And the fact that he has 4, 5, 6 triple doubles with blocks, that was something that I had never seen before. So I kind of fell in love with him when I was growing up. And that's my guy still, even though, I'm not going to deny that he was a stat chaser and lazy and, would leave his man wide open to go block a shot. And every time he posts up, he'd get stripped and all those other annoying things. But anyways, Jit from Florida said Warriors on a Mickey Mouse run. They've been to 6 of 8 finals, so I don't know if I want to say that. They do scare me, but again, I could pick the Heat for that. Will said PJ Tucker apology video on the way. I know, I addressed that. I will be making the PJ Tucker and Gabe Vincent apology video. PJ, because I didn't like the contract initially, and Gabe Vincent, because I thought he was a bum. But most people did last year, and now he is a baller. Definitely love Gabe Vincent. Super sorry to him. Orchard said PJ was the most surprising signing we had. I know, right? Even though everyone's saying he should have been a Heat player for a very long time, but that came out of nowhere because it was on day 6 or 7 of free agency. I at least know it wasn't something immediate, so that kind of came out of nowhere. I know I was kind of hoping to get Jermichael Green or even Paul Millsap, who barely could play with Philly this year. So I was there was a point in time I even wanted Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge, and I was low-key hot when Brooklyn got them. But they suck. So, that's why Pat knows what he's doing, man. And Pat Riley we trust, man. May Riley be with you. Will said, I'm hurt. I didn't get that's a Hooper shout out like Trayvon did. Will is a Hooper, Will. I'm sorry to disrespect you. Will, we like to call him the Black Nikola Jokic because he is a big man with a beautiful dimer. Definitely responsible for a large majority of the points and buckets that I have gotten in my life. So I'm sorry, Will. You are a Hooper. Katie says Duncan could have some big moments tonight. I like you say that too, because you actually bring up a good point of something that I've been thinking, right? So we all know Duncan has 1 out of every 10 good games, right? His last good game was game 1 versus Atlanta. So if we do the math real quick, there was 4 more games that series. There was 6 versus Philly, so that's 10. And then I guess it's game 7 tonight. So it's been over 10 games now, which means that Duncan is due for a good game. And eventually you would think that he has to get there. In game 6, I remember he got 1 3-point attempt up early, and I stood up praying that it would fall because, you know, with him and his lack of confidence, if he's able to see the first one go in, that's a wrap. Fortunately, he missed it. But again, tonight, if he hits the first one, I'm with you. You got to think you're in for a big Duncan night. We've seen him get hot too many times, and deep down somewhere inside him, that's still there. And if we can get it tonight, that's raps, baby. 15 people in the chat, man. I appreciate it. Uncle Drew said, love the stream. I appreciate it, man. Blake says, are you going to stream during the game? Man, I can't. I even told my boys they can't come over during the game because I got to watch that alone, my guy. I be getting to, I'm not exactly proud of the way I acted during game 6. I was, I wasn't a mess or nothing, but, was I running around the house doing all kind of crazy things? I was. And I even went to my room at halftime and did like 22 sit-ups and 22 push-ups in honor of Jimmy Butler to kind of help the luck a little bit. And it worked, man. So I appreciate it. So now I won't be streaming during the game. If they win, the game is probably going to end late, and I'm probably going to want to do some celebrating and stuff of my own. So I'll probably not get a video up until tomorrow. Or maybe the next video I'll get will be a rant or something. I'll kind of see how long that takes. But Uncle Drew said he loved Whiteside at the same age. Yeah, man, he came out of nowhere, was on a minimum deal, balled out. How could you at least not have liked him at one point? And yes, Demented Man, he only cared about his 2K rating. I know. It was all fun and games. We thought it was cute when he first said that after that triple-double versus Chicago. But then, of course, it turned out to be true. And that's all he cared about. And Uncle Drew said Hassan was the best rim protector at that time. Without a doubt, man. When people used to say that Rudy Gobert was better than him, there was nothing that used to grind my gears more. Now they on the same team. My boy Will said, my man, I got you, Will, with the dimer. Me and Will are actually in an adult men's league together. There was some delays because of some scheduling conflicts with the gym. But if y'all didn't know, I'm a hooper too. So if y'all want to see the highlights, you can head over to my TikTok. I got some of the mini game. I only posted a few, but on my Instagram too, on my personal Instagram, those are in the description of all my videos. That's at AnthonyD_Heat. Same as the Twitter. I got some Heat hooper highlights on there too that I be making. But that's my boy Will. That's my point guard, man. Orchard said, thoughts on the controversy, of the bench players being that close. He said, I will admit that there should be a rule in place that created space from in-game players and bench players, but we are really going to act like it doesn't happen all the time. To be honest, Orchard, I don't know if that's a controversy at all because it was obvious. I'm not gonna lie, y'all know the one clip of Kyle Lowry like screaming at Al Horford. He wasn't even screaming. He did like some kind of seizure muscle spasm type thing, right? When Al Horford was shooting 3 and he missed it, right? And first of all, that video is hilarious. I even showed my girlfriend and we were dying laughing because he didn't even scream. You'll see guys scream, but like I said, he almost had a stroke on the sideline. I don't know what it was. I saw that in live motion and I was freaking out for the few seconds after that because I thought they were going to call a technical on him. Fortunately, the refs kind of swallowed their whistle there because I guess they can call it technical. I mean, he didn't actually step on the court. I know if you step on the court, they can call it T, but I was scared. They ended up not calling nothing. And then, of course, on the Marcus Smart 3, he had like the entire bench surrounding him. And I think Markieff Morris and Michael Mulder were actually stepping on the court. Like they had 1 or 2 feet stepping on the court. That's bad. You can't do that, man. Marcus Smart actually made that 3. That was an and 1 when he was fouled by PJ. So any Celtics fans that is upset about that play is just stupid. Y'all got 4 points out of that. But I was mad at Markieff too because I think it was in the Atlanta series. Didn't Markieff get a technical for grabbing DeLon Wright on the bench and then he didn't let DeLon Wright back in the game? Like, Markieff, if you're not playing, bro, you cannot be doing this on the bench, man. You can't be costing us points, especially when these games are going to be as close as they are. So just be careful, man. I don't have a problem with the fine. I know Orchard says it seems like every team does that, and they do, but I haven't seen anything as bad as what Lowry did. And regardless of if other dudes are stepping on the court, I actually saw Markieff Morris and Michael Mulder do that. And you can't do that, man. Especially since if Marcus Smart would have landed on Markieff, you got a whole other problem. And now you're looking at some really big penalties for that. So they got to relax a little bit. But that being said, they're coming from a good place, man. I love to see the excitement. Markieff was a guy who was getting big rotation minutes 2 years ago on a championship Lakers team. Now he's getting DMPs. But the fact that he's still into the game and still way into it, same with Duncan Robinson, same with Vic, before Vic was getting minutes. The fact that everybody's super into it, I love it. And that's one of the oldest Spo-isms, enjoy each other's success. That's a big sign of a championship team. So I'm glad to see they're into it from a good thing. My uncle, that's my uncle Robert Rosen, says Heat win by 8 tonight. I appreciate it, Robert. I love it. I can see you. Thanks for tuning into the chat. I really appreciate it, man. Orchard says, not that I agree with it, but it happens all the time. Okay, he's talking about the bench scrawl. Ike said, hey, I crossed you at FGCU. Remember me? Who the hell are you, Ike? Ike, you had sent that, I think, a few minutes ago. If you still watching this, nah, I don't remember, first of all, to answer your question, because I've been crossed one day in my life, and I think it was one of the first times I'd ever played pickup basketball. So I was like in like 8th grade or something. That's before I was a hooper. And he had took my ankles and I had sprained it really bad and it sucked. And as far as me crossing people, I think I did it 3 times. I did it once in high school. I did it once in FGCU. Basically, a dude was tracking me and I got an outlet pass heading to the corner. And I took like a hard dribbled baseline and pulled it back behind my back. And the dude slid and fall. And then I went up. And I think there was a 3rd time recently. Oh, I did it once in an adult league too, but the guy kind of tripped and I missed the shot. That's the only time I missed a shot, so I don't really count that one. But nah, Ike, if you're watching this, I don't know you. Ike, am I being disrespectful? Are we boys? And I'm like forgetting right now. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. But nah, let me know. My boy Joel said I would take Whiteside as a backup. I would love it. When there was, when he had left Portland and he was a free agent, I knew he would get a minimum deal like he did with Utah. Kind of wanted him back here, but really it would have not worked at all. Can you imagine a locker room with Jimmy Butler and Hassan Whiteside? I cannot think of 2 guys who would hate each other more than that. Got 18 viewers in the chat. I think that's a new recommend. I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to hop on the stream with me, video, DM me on Instagram, bottom left corner, Witness Miami Sports, man. I'm gonna take some video calls and I'll get y'all on the stream, man. We could video chat. Hit me up, man. But Uncle Drew said, hey, man, appreciate your screen. I'm going to go get ready. Go get ready, man. Get some good food. I'm definitely going to get some good food tonight. Thinking some Chinese takeout, which is good. I just didn't want to cook because, I'm going to be too nervous to have to do dishes and stuff after. But go get it, Uncle Drew. Appreciate the like, man. We got Joel says, Aaron Nesmith was standing on the court late in the 4th quarter when Gabe was in the corner. I did not see that, Joel. I'm going to have to look into that. But also, I forgot about Aaron Nesmith because he low-key balled out in like the first game, but then he barely been getting any PT. I liked him coming into the draft because I remember he shot like 50% from 3 in college, and that was back at a point where the Heat needed a shooter. I think we took Precious Achiuwa that draft, though. Could have had Tyrese Maxey, but I'm not mad about that because we would have traded him for Lowry anyways. So if anything, I'm more glad we drafted Precious because now I don't have to be mad that we got rid of Tyrese Maxey. Just got rid of Precious, who's been okay. Like, he's had his spots, but he was still shooting like 26% at the rim this year with Toronto. And I know that would have annoyed me. Anyways, that's the last comment we got here. Y'all keep them coming in. Let me go reach out to my boy Spencer, who is my live correspondent in Miami right now. He had texted me like 10 minutes ago saying how long I'm going to be streaming. So let's see if he picks up. We're going to go ahead and get the vibe live from Miami. Nowhere else on YouTube are you getting this kind of content, man. We got live reporters in Miami. My fam's actually in Broward, but I'm in my apartment. He didn't pick up. This man texted me, and he didn't even pick up. Let me text him back real quick. But yeah, I'm at my apartment now in Fort Myers. So about like 2 hours away. Call me when you can. Oh, he said he's in the Uber. Okay, bet. My boy's in the Uber. All right, let me know. So we'll be getting him to you shortly. If there's anyone else, come DM me on Instagram if you want to hop on the stream or on the chat. Let me know if y'all got any questions. I'll be answering everything here. Orchard says, you think we'll trade our draft pick we have this year or actually draft someone? I completely forgot we had a trade. It's funny because the years that we sucked, so like the years we got Bam, the year we got Tyler, I was way, way, way into those drafts. Like, now I watched a little college basketball. I like the Miami Hurricanes. I think they went to the Elite 8 this year. Yeah, and they lost to Kansas. I went to FGCU, Dunk City. We suck now, but when I went to school there, because I graduated 2 years ago, but when I was going to school there, they had Brandon Goodwin and Rajon Tucker. Both of those guys are in the league now. Tucker with Philly and Brandon Goodwin with Cleveland. Tucker hasn't played too much, but Brandon Goodwin's actually turned himself into a solid NBA player. So they were dominant when they were here. But anyways, when the Heat sucked and we had those draft picks, I actually was way into the drafts, like looking up the prospects and the weaknesses and strengths and all that stuff, and way into it. But now that we good, I completely forgot that we have a draft pick. The reason I remember, though, is because I think we actually tied with Golden State, and they flipped the coin for who would get the higher pick, and Miami actually won. So I think we're picking like 28 or 27 instead of 28 now. I think that's it. And I remember, unfortunately, when we lost that last game of the season versus Orlando, it was all fun and games. No one cared. Vic dropped 40 was nice. But I said, man, if we play the Warriors in the finals, that could come back to haunt us. And I didn't want to stress on it too much back then because that was two teams that had to make the finals, including the Heat. And sure enough, if Miami wins tonight, we're in that scenario. Miami will not have home court. Not the end of the world, but I think it would have been a big advantage. But whatever, you can't really plan for that stuff, man. But do I think the Heat will keep the pick? I don't even know when the draft is or when it's coming up. But I think Duncan Robinson is going to be gone this season just because obviously it's hard to pay someone that much money when they're just sitting on the bench. I don't know who they're going to trade him for. Probably for someone who's either an expiring deal or just has 1 year left on his contract because Duncan's got 5 years left. So if they have to attach a pick just to kind of entice, someone to take Duncan, not that I think Duncan's value is going to be too low because even though he isn't playing, you know how many teams would die to have a shooter like Duncan Robinson? You think the Lakers would kill to have Duncan Robinson? Because I think they would. Now, they can't afford him because they're paying Westbrook and Davis and LeBron max deals. But a team like the Lakers who may have championship aspiration and need shooting, and realistically, I guess any team ever can use shooting. So it's not a bad contract to have or a bad asset just to keep in play. But I think the Heat are going to try to look elsewhere, especially since you got another year of Strus under contract, and he's going to require some money next offseason. So if the Heat have to attach a pick to get rid of Duncan, that's the scenario where they do it. Otherwise, they might trade it for more picks, but I certainly don't think they're going to use the pick to trade for an asset, like someone that can actually come here and help us. And Orchard said, yeah, that Magic game pisses me off, and Depot went off too. Yeah, it was a fun game. I don't even think that game was I think that game ended up not being close, if I remember correctly. So it kind of sucked. Because if they could have won, man, that would have been so nice. But you know what? Look at us. We sitting here talking about the finals. We got a game 7 tonight, man. I haven't even told y'all my thoughts about the game 7. We've been getting so much support in the chat, and I greatly appreciate it. But first and foremost, like I said, I predict the Heat win. I think I went with 104-96. Relatively low-scoring game. Here's a couple things I look at when we go into game 7, okay? Same things I said going into game 6. You want to win the turnover battle. Game 6, they forced 17 turnovers on 10 steals. Only problem is Boston also forced 17 turnovers with 10 steals. But either way, if Miami can win the turnover battle this time, they need to continue making their three-point shots. We all know game 4 and 5, historically disgustingly bad. Game 6, very great, but about their season average. So if they can shoot their season average again, maybe 40% on relative good attempts, I'll take that 10 times out of 10. Last but not least, this team goes as far as Jimmy Butler can take them. In game 6, we knew we kind of needed an all-time performance, and we got it. Today, I'm just looking for Jimmy to be Jimmy. If Jimmy can get us his 25 points, a few rebounds, few assists, we need that. He's the best player on this team. People are saying, oh, we need aggressive Bam. Yeah, it would help, but I'm done asking for that. Bam is what he is at this point, and he's 24 years old. I don't hate Bam like a lot of people are. Let the man grow. Let the man develop, But I don't think we're going to get that today. Jimmy Butler is the best player on this team. We go as far as he takes us, okay? From the Boston side of things, Tatum, he went off last game, had 30 points, great efficiency. I'm not mad at the Heat defense. I feel like a lot of the shots that he hit was very tough, and Jaylen Brown had 20 points. He was okay as well. But what I want to look at is Derrick White. Derrick White, a.k.a. Bryn Forbes 2.0, man. He hit 4 threes. He hit a huge 4 threes to match his huge forehead. That's a joke I made on the Heat vs. the World podcast because he do have a big forehead. I can't stand looking on Derrick White. Every time he makes a shot, we get to zoom in, and it's just disgusting. Anyways, I'm sure he's a great guy. He just has a kid. Hope he's healthy. Shout out to you, Derrick White. You're not going to get 22 points from Derrick White again, knock on wood, man. And Boston lost even having that all-time crazy performance. That being said, Al Horford sucked. So maybe Al Horford is better today, From the Heat side of things, Strus didn't shoot too efficient, and Lowry had 18 and 10, but he didn't shoot too efficient either. So maybe you can get those guys with some efficiency. So it's tough because it's really hard to go game by game. I don't really think there's a correlation. But those are just some things I'm looking at that Boston got last game that they might not get again. And same with Miami. So my prediction, I think, is going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be nasty. I think it's going to be a very close game. But in the end, Miami has to pull it out. There's no way we can let Boston win in Miami 3 times during one series. I just can't see it. I think they're going to be very deflated after losing their must-win game. But like I said earlier, at the same time, the Heat had to leave it all on the floor for game 6. Just not sure how much they have left in the tank. But, I mean, we'll see tonight. I'm going with Heat, though, in 6. We got Jit from Florida says Jimmy will not let us lose this game. I think it was Spoelstra after game 6 that said Jimmy just has something about him where he won't allow us to lose. And that is so, so, so true. Definition of a max player. I've said that 100 times. There's not many guys in the league that you can say, don't let us lose tonight, and they don't let you lose. I look at LeBron, Durant, maybe Giannis, and then Jimmy is right up there with those guys. And we got my from Miami, Spencer, in the chat, my live correspondent. Spencer, say what's up to the chat, man.
What's up, guys?
All right, for y'all that don't know, we got my boy Spencer, a.k.a. Crotty's Lifer on Twitter in Miami, spent $6,000 to come to Game 7 tonight and get nosebleed seats. So, Spencer,
that's how much it was.
Spencer, that was just the fees. The fees alone were $6,000, man. Shout out Ticketmaster. So, Spencer is live in Miami today, went all the way down from Tampa, Florida for Game 7 to be there in person to stage the arena, bring his horseshoes, good luck, whatever he needs to do. So, Spencer, go ahead. Tell us the vibe in Miami. Tell us how you doing. Tell us everything, man.
So right now it's nasty out here. Let me put my camera out so you can see. It's a rainy mess.
Bad rain? Oh, man.
So I don't know how that shows for the vibes, but I'm feeling good. I haven't felt this nervous about a game in such a long time. It's crazy, but I'm stoked because of what could happen, but I'm also like just so nervous. But I've got a good feeling. I don't know. Ever since after we lost Game 5, I felt terrible. I was like, it's over. And then right before Game 6, I was like, okay, I got this boost of like, these guys can do it. Like, I feel like, I don't know what happened. And then last game happened. And then I'm like, these guys, they want to do it. Like, they can do it. So I'm feeling good.
And a couple questions now. So one, you said we got some bad weather. It's raining outside right now. Do you look at that as gloomy things are to come, or do you look at that as Max Strus is about to make it rain tonight?
That's a sign of this is what's going to happen with Max and Duncan right here. Watch for it. The Duncan game is coming, bro.
And,
like, this is a sign of what's to come in a good way.
Oh, you calling for Duncan big game also now? Okay.
Yeah. Even though I've been on Duncan this entire season, I'm ready for it.
All right. And you mentioned how nervous you are for this game. I want to speak on that a little bit because Game 6 is the first time in a very long time that I had felt that way. We haven't gotten a big playoff game as a Heat fan in a very, very long time. So I just want to say, even though, we're all nervous like you are tonight, but as a fan, we should just appreciate that. The fact that we're able to be lucky enough to be in these situations,
For real. And with the bubble, I wasn't that nervous at all because it's like we weren't really supposed to be there, but now with the 1 seed, it's like we've got to do this. I don't know. I just feel like I think that's why it's important because we know we should be there and we've deserved that. Whereas the bubble is kind of it felt weird. The whole thing was weird, and then we were on some magical run. That was magical. And so it's I was just taking every great game for all right, we're lucky to be here. I was just happy to be there. But this is we've got to win. We've got to win.
That's a great point because, like you said, in the bubble, it was kind of all gravy at that point. We never expected to be there, so the nerves weren't as much. It was more surprise than anything. And as we're this season, when we lost Game 5 to Boston, I had the guts, but I was almost stunned because we all said it wasn't supposed to end like this. We saw the way this Heat team performed all year and had these visions going to the finals, and that the fact that it looked like it all could be for nothing, it was bad, man. It looked like it wasn't supposed to end like that. Especially in the bubble too, the vibes were a little off. Obviously, I was way into it and very sad when they didn't pull it out. But you just kind of all knew that people were going to say it was a fluke and it was this and that, which I don't typically care about. But just it wasn't the same. It didn't feel as legitimate as going all the way to the finals this season would be.
And especially with fans in the building, because I went to last year's playoffs against the Bucks, and that still felt weird too. It didn't feel legit because it was only half full, and they got blown out, so I don't really remember any of that game. But
wow, that sucks that you got to see Bryn Forbes. That sucks.
Yeah. But, like, I heard what you said on your podcast. Like, if we lost to Derrick White, like, that would have been so depressing. Like, that would have been like, how did we lose to Derrick White? That's the guy that kills us.
So, who do you think is going to be the big role player that steps up tonight like Derrick White? Do you think it could be Duncan, or do you think it could be someone else?
I think it's, I'm going to go with the dark horse here. I'm going to go with Vic. I'm going to say Vic has a big game. Defensively, mainly, but I think he'll also have a good offensive game. That was just a random choice, but I think Max is going to do well. He's starting to see some shots go in, and hopefully Kyle keeps up what he was doing.
Yeah, man. That's the thing about Vic is even when his shot is not falling, the defense has been incredible. The amount of time that he's able to rip Jaylen Brown. He has Boston fans claiming that Jaylen Brown doesn't even know how to dribble the basketball. It's been beautiful, man.
That's my favorite take, is that Jaylen and Tatum are like the two guys, the two all-stars that cannot dribble. I love that.
Yeah, right? Like it's not the Heat defense that has anything to do with that,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
How's the crowd looking over there, man? You outside the stadium? Do we got people yet, or is the rain kind of keeping people away?
Everyone's kind of like huddled underneath this thing right here.
I think they are opening the doors. When are they probably going to open the doors? At 7 maybe?
I think 6:30 is what it said.
Oh, so that's perfect. They open a little earlier for playoffs, and that's perfect.
Yeah, I hope so. But I'm ready to get in. I'm ready for this game to get started, even though they don't have the shirts. I'm a little pissed about that.
For those of y'all that don't know, the Heat got no shirts on the seats. This is the biggest game of the year, and they ain't got no shirts. I don't understand that
at all. I feel like this would be the game that you need to put out shirts.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because maybe they whoever is in charge of marketing, Michael McCullough, they had no guts and they thought the Heat were gonna lose in 6, so they didn't have time to make the shirts. But that sucks, man. Gutless. Hey, because you spend $6,000 and can't even get a free shirt.
Yeah, I deserve a free shirt.
You can't even get a free shirt. All right, man.
Buy one, though, real quick. I gotta buy one because I'm wearing my blue band jersey.
Oh, the blue. Okay. Me and Spencer went to one game this year versus San Antonio Spurs, in which we got to meet the legendary John Crotty, and it was
That's what I'm most excited to see. I'm most excited to see John.
Yes, for those of y'all that don't know or don't follow Crotty Lifer on Twitter, like you should be, I will update the chat in a little bit so y'all can see. We got to meet John, take a picture with him, went semi-viral on Twitter, and I did vlog at the game, but I've decided I'm going to keep that vlog for the off season. There was just a little too much going on this season. Couldn't get the video out in time. But yeah, we got a special vlog coming with me, Spencer, and the legendary John Crotty. That'll be coming to y'all in the off season. So make sure y'all sub if you're not already. But yes, we did win. So with Spencer at the games this year, we are undefeated. So make sure y'all go follow him because he's doing y'all a service being there tonight for the vibes, man.
When me and John Crotty are at the same game, when Crotty Lifer and John Crotty are at the same game, the Heat are undefeated. So
Undefeated. Unspeakable things happen. Well, just with the luck and the vibe of these two at the game, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Any other thoughts or takes or anything else you want to say or promote?
Let's go. Let's have some guts. Let's do this thing. That's all I gotta say.
Let's have some guts, man. And if y'all want some great petty content, my boy right here on Twitter has been retweeting every single Boston Celtics fan that is claiming and saying there is no doubt the Heat win tonight. And it will be.
I lost followers because of that. I lost some Heat followers thinking that I was just turning on the
team. Bro, that is hilarious, man. Because the second the game ends and the Heat are holding that stupid Larry Bird trophy, I'm going to be going through your Twitter and dying laughing at all those tweets, man.
I think that would just be the greatest thing ever. That Jimmy would. I mean, I wish we could have done it on the Celtics court.
I know.
He gets the Larry Bird trophy.
I know, man. But still, it'll be almost as good in Miami. But the fact that it's the Larry Bird trophy, you're right. That's hilarious, man. That really is.
Oh man, so good. That'd be great. Just the comedy of that would be 10 out of 10.
All right, man. Anything else?
That's all I got, man. I'll see you inside.
All right, make sure y'all go follow my dog Crotty Lifer on Twitter. You gonna have some updates for us on Twitter?
Yeah, I'll be trying to tweet as much as I can. I don't know if I will be, but we'll see.
Hey, man, you spent $7,000. Enjoy the game, man. You can tweet later. Sure. All right, man. Make sure y'all go follow Crotty Lifer on Twitter. My boy Spencer. I'll talk to you later, then, man. May Riley be with you.
Yeah, you guys.
See ya. That is my boy Spencer. We got the live reporting on the scene. No one else is out here doing that, man. What else we got? We got the Demented Man 32 says he blames ESPN for the no shirts. I blame ESPN for a lot of everything, man. Let me ask y'all a question. Who annoys y'all the most on ESPN? Is it Stephen A? Is it Kendrick Perkins? Is it Doris Burke? Probably not Doris Burke, but most people like Doris, and I do too. The reason that Doris annoys me a little bit is because every time she talks about LeBron, she's just obsessively compulsing over him. Even when she was talking about Jimmy, she did a little piece on Jimmy's game 6. She was like, oh, Jimmy Butler, man, amazing performance. It reminds me of LeBron and blah, 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 blah. Man, LeBron, amazing. It's kind of annoying, man. Hop off him, man. But Doris is great. In other news, unfortunately, Mike Breen does have COVID, so he's not doing the game tonight, which sucks because I do like Mike Breen. Everybody likes Mike Breen. He's a legend, man. Actually, my ringtone is the Game 6 call of Ray Allen, where they say rebound Bosch back out to Allen, his three-pointer, bang. So I got that call as my ringtone. And for y'all that don't know, where is it? My phone case, man. Ray Allen, Game 6, in your house for life. And they said the building was empty. They said the fans were leaving. Y'all see any empty fans? Y'all see any empty seats? I don't see any, man. But the good news is one, fortunately, Mike Breen is non-symptomatic, so he's doing okay. But he's being replaced by the GOAT from Weston, Florida, not too far from Miami, Mark Jones. Mark Jones, South Florida native, South Florida, current resident. Definitely love Mark Jones. He does a great job, so I'm glad that he'll get to come back home tonight and do the game. And we know there won't be the anti-Miami biased agenda that Kendrick Perkins readily admitted that ESPN is pushing the agenda of Boston making the finals. That's some crap. But again, I don't care what that bum has to think. That's why D-Wade put his nuts on your back, Perk, okay? Orchard said it's off to Butler, defended by Tatum. Is this the dagger? Oh, you trying to say Jimmy gonna miss a game winner? What you trying to insinuate? And then we got the Demented Man said he misses Rachel Nichols, and Orchard said, I bet Jimmy misses her too. I don't know how I want to address this because I don't know if my girl's still watching the stream. But I get it, Jimmy. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Rachel Nichols, I get it. Now, I don't like the stuff that came out about what she said about the whole pretty racist things that she said. I do not like that or support that at all. That's actually pretty terrible, and rightfully so. She does not have a job with ESPN anymore. Now she's replaced by Malika Andrews, who does an amazing job on the broadcast. But I get it, Jimmy. Joel said Josh Gad, a Heat lifer. Josh Gad, isn't that the dude who plays Olaf, I think, right? Because I remember seeing him be a part of Heat Twitter, and people were saying that he's a big fan. I know some other famous celebrity Heat fans. I actually learned this one recently. I don't know if y'all know, is the voice of Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, Vincent Martella, I think his name is. He also plays Greg on Everybody Hates Chris, which I'm actually binge watching right now, catching up on some classics. So I'm watching that. He's a big Heat fan too, apparently. I didn't know what he was up to after Phineas and Ferb. Unless Phineas and Ferb is still a thing. I don't really know. You bring up a good point, Orchard. He said Taylor Rooks with the greater than emojis. Now, I don't know how old y'all are. I know Orchard is still in high school. But me and Will were debating Taylor Rooks versus Malika Andrews. I don't know if he's still in the chat, Will, but he had said Taylor Rooks. I don't know if he said easily or it's close, but I said Malika Andrews easily, even though Taylor Rooks is, she's straight too. Anyways, that's not what this pod is about, man. We could do that on the X-rated pod that my boy Joel on the Heat vs. the World podcast. Wait, is that you, Joel? Is that Joel Jacob in the chat? Is that the one that's in the chat? I didn't even realize that. Is that Dion? Is that Philly cheese as your profile pic? It is. I love that, man. I don't know if that's Joel Jacob, but if it is, that is the only Joel that I was afraid of in the last series versus Philadelphia. I'll just leave it at that. Y'all do the math. Oh, he said that's not him. Still appreciate you hopping in, man. My boy Nicholas Parsons, welcome to the party. I was waiting for you, my boy. Now the party has started. Nick, what you up to, man? We doing score predictions and we doing feelings, man. Let me get a score prediction. How you feeling? Same thing with JJ Games. I was about to say Gomez Games. I think so. Let me get a score prediction, man. Let me know how y'all feeling. And once again, if anybody wants to hop into the stream, feel free to DM me at Witness Miami Sports on Instagram, and we'll go ahead and get y'all on a video call. But Nick, what's up, man? Let me get this prediction. JJ says, not gonna lie, Miami better win. We can't let all the slander slide. That's a big part of it too, man. Because all year, myself included, we've been talking about how everybody is wrong and what they say about the Miami Heat and Heat Nation. Can't make it. They don't have enough firepower, don't have a superstar. And we've been defending our team, rightfully so. And they've shown that they are capable of making the finals. It's just there's other good teams, you know. So if the Heat don't make the finals, it's kind of like everybody's going to go back to thinking they were right, even though they're very clearly wrong because they are one game from the championship series. You don't make it this close without being a dominant team with a superstar. You just don't. But anyways, make sure y'all go ahead and leave some comments. Let's go ahead and try to get some other people in here. I'll go ahead and call my boy Will, see if he's available. Go ahead and get him in the chat. Orchard says, I hate Celtics and their fans more than anyone. You know, there was how many Celtics fans on Twitter? I see that Heat fans are the worst. Yeah, there's a lot of loud and obnoxious Heat fans, but the Northeast between Philly and Boston and New York, you want to talk about obnoxious. They don't shut up. They boo their own team. High-key racist. I'm not even going to lie to you, but those are some of the worst fans, in my opinion. There's actually a funny tweet I saw. I'm trying to call Will, seeing he's going to answer. He ain't real. Now that I know he ain't listening, I can say he not a hooper no more. I was lying. He low-key trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. No, he's straight. My boy Nick said, I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous right now, as we should be. And as I was talking to my boy Spencer, if you didn't hear me, we need to appreciate these moments as fans that we're lucky enough to have moments where we can be nervous. Because a Sacramento Kings fan, someone who's my age, someone who's 24 years old, has never been able to feel this way. They've never had the opportunity. So I just want to acknowledge how lucky we are as Heat fans to be able to have these opportunities, you know, multiple times over the course of our life. And I don't want to take that for granted. But he said 110, 105, pretty close to what I said. I could see it definitely going to be relatively low scoring. Joel said, can't believe some people believe the Celtics will give the Warriors a better fight. A lot of people are saying that. They're obviously a very good defensive team, but I think the guys that Miami can throw at them can be equally as effective. Now, the Celtics do have more size than Miami does, and I know Kevon Looney's been playing well, but still he's Kevon Looney and pretty much the only big that I think Golden State is running outside of Draymond. So maybe you think Celtics could dominate them from a size standpoint, but I mean, they got no experience. They've been to the conference final a bunch of times and have lost every single time. That's why everybody's talking about Miami. I say, let me see what Boston does. Everybody's acting like Boston is some world beater, man. They've never won nothing with this group. Nothing. So how about let's see if they can come out and win a Game 7. Let's see if Jayson Tatum can step up in Game 7 on the road and win a Game 7. Something that team has never done in their lives. Let's see if they could do it. That's it. DJ Mix that says, what's up, guys? I'm still watching the other video that I seen like 20 times. Love the show. Oh, appreciate it. He's talking about the rant, the Philadelphia 76ers rant that I told you all about. If y'all want one reason to win tonight, make it because I'm going to do a Celtics rant because that video will be legendary. JJ says, I remember all the Celtics fans saying they was going to sweep us. Idiots, man, idiots. Although I did call the Nets getting sweep. That team does not scare me. And I'm glad Boston made you right and swept the bum-ass Nets. Jit from Florida says, Bam would lock up Looney. I'd hope so. Looney is not really an offensive threat outside the pick and roll and maybe a little bit of a lob threat. So I would hope so, even though I would like to see a lot of Bam on Curry. I really would, man. But Spo typically, won't do that or can't do that because obviously if you have Bam on Curry, you have no rim presence at the rim or no one to get rebounds unless he was to do something unspeakable like play Dedmon Bam or even some Yurtseven Bam minutes, which is 0% chance of happening. DJ also says, or Jimmy Butler says, Joel says Jimmy Butler has been the best player all playoff long. No doubt about that. Definition of a max player. I can't say that enough. DJ says this is over all them bums, or as all the bums said, let's go Heat. Please do one. I got you, DJ. You're going to be the first person to find out, man, if you on the channel. I can't wait. It might take some time because I want to put a lot of thought into it to try to make it as funny as I can, but definitely will. Orchard said if you make a Celtics rant tonight, I'm promoting it on TikTok and Twitter. It won't be tonight. It won't be tonight because, one, I'm going to want to celebrate tonight, want to bang some pots and pans. Or do we say that for the championship? We've won a championship before. I don't bring out the pots and pans yet. And also, I just want to try to make it funny, so it'll take some time to get that out. Nicholas said, I just hope our guys are prepared and ready for the battle. I know Jimmy's going to show up as he always does, but I need Bam to step up. Yeah, Nick, we were talking a little bit about this earlier. I think Bam is what he is at this point. I'm not one of those people that says, we need Bam to show up offensively because they've got to this point basically without him being aggressive. Now, he did have that huge game 3 when Jimmy went down, and we could not have won that game without Bam. But he is what he is at this point. Now, I'm not mad at Bam. He's only 24 years old. He has plenty of time to, grow into an offensive superstar. I get why you're probably frustrated because people say, oh, maybe he's Draymond Green. No. The difference is, my hair is a mess. The difference is Draymond Green has never shown that he's capable of scoring 40 points or getting his bag, doing a little sidestep, Hakeem dream shake fader, blowing past defenders, dunking on their head. No. Bam Adebayo has shown on multiple occasions that he is that guy. He scored 40 points in Brooklyn, hit an isolation game-winning pull-up against Brooklyn in Miami. It dominated Giannis in the playoffs 2 years ago, crossed him over, reverse layups, everything. He has a bag. The difference is he's scared to use it or doesn't recognize how good he is. That's the difference. Hopefully that can come with time, but I was hoping it would be this season because last season we wanted aggressive Bam too. And there's been points when he's shown it, but he hasn't done it every game yet. Hopefully he can get to there one point in his career. It's not going to be this playoff run. I don't think so. Now, he might have another game like that, but he won't do it consistently. That's why I didn't even get excited after game 3 because everyone said, oh, finally. I said, no, he did it from one game for one game. He's not going to do it next game. We're going to be frustrated. So I was already thinking like that, so I wasn't too frustrated, but I'm with you. If he was somehow able to be aggressive and realize how good he is, that elevates our ceiling to a completely another level. Anyways, moving on. We got my boy Demented Man again says Philly has a horrible fan base. I remember reading that a 76er fan robbed Allen Iverson's $500,000 in jewelry. Yeah, again, well, first let me say I don't really like to generalize because I'm sure there's good fans and bad fans, but I think that's, it's a different breed up there. Some pretty obnoxious people. But JJ says, yeah, I really hope Bam is more aggressive this game. Would help a lot. I'm just not hopeful is all. And Nick again says, he said, I just need Bam. He just says, I just need Bam to drop like 17 points, 13 rebounds, maybe a few blocks and steals. I agree. That would be perfect. The rebounds, 13 is a great number. There's no reason he should get less than 10 rebounds. There's no reason for his size and athleticism. Now, he does got a lot of perimeter players that, again, pulls him out from the paint and will make getting boards more difficult, but I think he can get 10 rebounds to fall into his hands with his hustle and athleticism because he does hustle a lot. He does. So offensively, he's not aggressive. And if you can get 17 points, I'll take it. Slightly under his season average, which I think was 19, but I'll take it. All right, we've been going here for an hour and 7 minutes. I said I was going to go for about an hour, but that's because I didn't think I'd get this much interaction. So again, I really appreciate it. I was hoping maybe some more people would want to call in and speak to me, but it's okay if y'all too nervous to hop on the camera or something. I get it, man. I get it. I'm just trying to waste some time, have some fun, talk to y'all before game 7. Because especially if they lose tonight, you may never see me again. I don't know, man. But let's see if we can get a last few stragglers in here that want to say something or anybody fun that I can reach out to. On the last stream, we called my boy Santi. Let's see if he's free to talk. Because he said he was going to hop in the stream, and he ain't either. Here's my boy. He got his own YouTube channel. He be doing Battlefield 2 at Santi Goated Gaming. So make sure y'all go check him out. That's a hooper, too. My dude is like 6'5", and all he does is shoot threes. So I like it because that's the only way I could beat him one-on-one. Because he's like Bam. Well, Bam not shooting threes, but Bam don't want to be aggressive. And my boy Santi's aggressive and drives into the paint, posts me up. I can't guard him, man. Just like Bam. But Bam don't realize that anyways. DJ said, we got this tonight. I can't wait for the next one. Well, we have to win tonight or else you're not going to get a rant, my guy. So for your sake, I hope they win tonight, man. Wow, I got a bunch of fake friends, man. I got a bunch of fake friends. This is the second person I called and didn't answer. We'll call one final person. Let's call my boy Albert. He is actually the commissioner of the adult basketball league that we're running. And I see him in my contacts here. We got to win. Yeah, we do, Nick. What are some keys to the game? Y'all got any keys to the game that you think? If y'all missed earlier in the stream, I said winning the turnover battle, making your threes, and another Jimmy performance because he's the best player on this team, and they go as far. This team goes as far as he takes us. 14 people in the stream. Appreciate y'all, man. That's just me saying stuff because I'm waiting for fake friends to answer the FaceTime, which they don't want to do. Third person in a row, man. I haven't got this rejected this many times since I was still single. So shout out to my girl, man, for making me not single. Let's go ahead and see if my boy Justin answers. We're gonna keep calling someone to hey, that boy answer. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man?
What's up, Jit?
You mind being on the live stream? I came to talk to some basketball fans, man.
Yo,
Say what's up to the stream, man. What's good, my boy? What you up to?
I'm driving home from work right now.
My dog's in the Navy. Shout out to him, man. So since you driving now, and like 4 people in a row did not pick up their FaceTime call, that's why I'm on you. You're my 5th choice, by the way, so don't feel bad. But what are your thoughts on Game 7 tonight? What you got for us, man?
Oh, it's Miami Heat all the way. You know, we in Miami, Game 7. You know what I'm saying? Home court advantage. Jimmy Butler gonna drop another little 50 ball. You feel me? And then we gonna get smacked by the Warriors.
Whoa! Why you gotta switch it up on us like that, man? So you got all the confidence that we gonna beat a Boston team in Game 7, and we gonna lose in what, 5 to the Warriors?
I don't know, bro. Splash Bros is back.
Is that because
Splash Bros is back.
Is that because you think you Curry? That's why you going for the Warriors?
Nah, they just really nice. I ain't gonna lie, they just nice.
All right, man. We're doing score predictions for Game 7. So what you got?
Say again?
We're doing score predictions for Game 7. So throw some numbers out there.
I say 105, 99 Miami.
Wait, is that what I said? No, I said 104-96. So all right, so we in the same ballpark then. All right, man. I'm trying to call some other people, but got anything you want to shout out or say before you go?
One more time?
I said I'm trying to call some people here, but you got anything else you want to shout out or say before you go?
Shout out Santi Goat 35 YouTube channel. That boy a beast on that boy a beast on the battlefield, you feel me? Hey, go subscribe to that boy. And Anthony DiNardo.
Hey, don't shout out Santi because he's the person I called before you and he ain't pick up. And I already shouted his bum ass out. So.
Oh damn.
All right, boy. Everything good?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna talk to you later then. I love you, all right?
All right, love you too.
Bye. That's how you know you got the homies, man. And that what I love you, man. Let's see. We got some keys to the game from Orchard. Says limit turnovers. I agree. Got to win the turnover battle. Disrupt scoring runs. Huge thing. That's how all these games have gotten out of hand. Is some teams went on some monster run. Problem is you got really 2 good defensive teams that maybe don't have the best offenses at some times, and especially with the Heat, when Boston's going on a run, they can't buy a bucket, and that's how an 8-0 run turns into a 16-2 run. Then you get yourself out of a game. And I agree, keep the same intensity, can't let up. It's been a big problem for this Heat team all year, and then role players to step up. Exactly, the role players are the shooters, and you got to make your 3-point shots, similar to what I said too. And he said backcourt doesn't play like crap. Can't go 0 for 16, Strus. Can't do that, man. And Nick said, I think PJ Tucker's the X factor tonight. Yeah, man, because the defense will always be there for him. And if you're able to get, 8, 9, 10 points from him, that is huge. And JJ says, if we win the chip or not, we're going to need another big man in the offseason. It depends. A lot of people are talking about a big that could play next to Bam. So do you want to move Bam to the 4 and put a big next to him? Or do you just want a better backup big man than Dewayne Dedmon? Because as bad as Dedmon is, I don't know how much better you're going to find someone than him. The main goal is I hope that Omer Yurtseven has a big offseason and can really work on his foot speed, which has been his biggest problem in my opinion. And then maybe Yurt can run a lot of the backup minutes. Because if I remember correctly, they signed him to a 3-year deal. So he still has 2 years left. And you don't sign a guy to a 3-year deal without hoping he's a big part of the rotation. But definitely don't disagree with you there. Let's see if we can get some more people in this chat. Maybe I can call my boy Xavier, big time Heat fan. Why does it say no? That's what? We'll call my boy Lynn. I see him in my contacts here too. My boy Lynn is all the way in California, so it's 3 p.m. over there. I know he ain't got work on Sundays now, so he either chilling with his girl or being a lazy bum like he always is. Because he's a hooper too, but he ain't never want to hoop no more when he's back in town. Wow, I'm on a colder streak than Max Strus this series because I'm currently shooting 1 for 5 with the FaceTime calls, man. I promise people like me. At least I think they do, man. Let's call Xavier. He just got a new number though, so let me make sure I call the right one. All right. We got this Parsons just need to keep forcing the ball over. Yo.
Hello? what's up, my boy?
Hold up, I'm FaceTiming you. I want to get you on the stream, man. We getting thoughts from Heat fans. You down?
Oh, what?
Answer the call. There you go. My boy Zay's in the chat. Say what's up to the stream, boy.
Hey, what's up, Heat Nation? What's good? What's good with it? We excited for Game 7?
First, let me start off by saying, Xavier, you are one of the realest friends I have because I called a few people, and only Justin and you are the ones to pick up so far.
That's what I'm saying.
So I appreciate that, man. But anyways, I got my boy Zay in the chat because he's one of the realest Heat fans I know. So Zay, tell us how you feeling. Give us a score prediction. What are some keys to the night? Let me hear all your thoughts going into tonight, man.
Well, I think the moral of the story is that I think that we need all hands on deck. Mm-hmm. I think we need Jimmy to have another monster performance, but he also needs his supporting cast and Kyle Lowry and Bam Adebayo. I know a lot of Heat fans want Bam to be aggressive, but I'm gonna be one of the more unbiased people, and I'm saying that I think he's a little trigger, like he's like I think Time Lord and Robert Williams really does affect his his confidence going down the court because he knows he can bully a lot of people. Because when I saw him not bullying Grant Williams, then I kind of saw something wasn't going so right for Bam. But yeah, it's all hands on deck today. We need Gabe to be as stellar as he's been this entire playoff series. If Tyler plays with that groin injury, I don't know how that's gonna play out for him, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to be there with the rest of the guys. But yeah, it's just.
We lost Zay for a second there. Let me go ahead and hang up and call him back. But he brings up the great point, man. What he said, he don't necessarily expect a lot from Bam. Okay, we got you back. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, you was talking about just all hands on deck. Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah. You was talking about all hands on deck and the depth of this team.
Yeah. So, yeah, all hands on deck. History repeats itself like in 2012. And then score prediction, I say this is going to be a grueling match. I think it's going to be close. I'm pretty sure I'll say low. I'll say 111, 107 Heat.
Okay, that's not bad. That's similar to what a lot of people are saying, so I like it, man. And I like what you said about Bam, because that's basically what I just got done saying before I called you too. Is he kind of is what he is at this point, but this team is going to go as far as Jimmy takes them,
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Jimmy does have a stellar performance once again. I think he knows that this is his shot. Like, this is his shot to make it to the finals again, and prove the haters and the doubters wrong. I know he doesn't really care about the national media and what they portray him to be, but I know for a fact that he has stamped himself as a superstar in this league, especially with that monster performance he had last game, and I think he has another stellar performance just like today. So I say, in Jimmy we trust. And Kyle we trust, and Bam we trust, and Strus we trust, and yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a all-out effort and for all the guys.
By Strus, do you mean Strus Daddy?
Strus Daddy.
Yes, sir.
I wanna have a Strus Daddy. I wanna have a Strus Daddy moment.
I'm praying. Hey, this just in: Tyler Herro and the rest of the players on the injury report will be warming up with the intent to play. We got Tyler Herro back, baby. Your thoughts?
Hey, a groin injury isn't something to play with, so I hope he's not really trying to fight through the pain. You know what? I don't really care. I just want him to just go out there and just don't chuck up retarded shots and just not chuck up a three with like 17 seconds left in the shot clock. I want him to play his ball. I want him to be the primary ball handler. I want him to be the primary scorer coming off the bench, and I want him to take over this game with Jimmy. I think that he has a lot of weight on his shoulders, especially how he's been performing these playoffs. And I was one of those, like, he got the job done. He got a 6th Man of the Year award, and I feel like as though like he let the foot off the gas a little bit. A lot, actually. So I think he has a breakout game, but I think he puts up a good 20 points.
And that's a good point too, because like you said, a groin injury is not something to play with. And if he was already bad on defense when healthy, imagine how much worse he's going to be if he legitimately cannot run at full strength, you know? But if he's playing, I'm assuming that means he's close to 100%. Otherwise, they wouldn't have him out there. But lastly, how we feeling? Nervous or excited? Or good mixture?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm feeling kind of nervous because I will say though, 2012 Celtics, I think, were the more scarier team than 2022.
Agreed. That was a championship. That team already won a championship. This Boston team has done nothing.
So it's like I feel more confident in the fact that when we have our backs against the wall, and especially coming off this monumental victory in Boston, I don't think we let Jimmy Butler's performance in vain. I think that we have the dog in us. We have the adversity. We have conquered much adversity throughout this entire year. We have, battled with, the best of the East, the best of the West, and the national media. So I say that we prove all the doubters, all the haters wrong, and we let them know that, Miami isn't one of the worst sports towns in all of, sports. I say that we show them what true Miami Heat culture is about. So I don't think I'm nervous. I think I'm more excited. I think we do get the job done. I think Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a stellar performance, but I think that our defense is gonna collapse some of that offense that they have and cause some trouble for them.
And that was a big thing for me. What you said about Jimmy is you can't let that Jimmy performance be for nothing. You have to win tonight, because without that, literally one of the greatest performances in your franchise history is for nothing. You can't let that happen. So I'm with you there.
No. I think we do come out with a win. I don't think Bam is going to have a monster game, but I think he's going to have a super important impact on the game. As his defense is, and even last game, him setting those screens were crucial.
Oh yeah, and no one's talking about that, but I'm glad you brought that up.
So, I think that Bam can impact the floor on the offensive and defensive end, and I think we just need to go ahead and just get those gears going for him. I know nobody can guard him. Nobody in the center position can guard Bam. He just has to have the confidence himself to go ahead and go up with authority, because he's either going to get fouled or he's going to get the N1 or he's going to go up for a dunk. So it's like I know that he can. I know his potential. Like we saw it in Game 4 where he had that monster 30-point performance. Yeah, Robert Williams wasn't in the game, but I don't think that Robert Williams has that much of an impact on Bam, and I think he just needs to utilize that to the fullest advantage today.
The only person stopping Bam Adebayo is Bam Adebayo. I'm with you.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Exactly. But 111 or 1-7 Heat. You punch our tickets to the finals.
All right, man. I'm gonna get some other people in the call, but before I let you go, anything you want to shout out or say? Is that saying "Let's go Heat"?
That's I'm in my boys' car, but yeah, let's go Heat. Heat culture. We're gonna be playing peppers all night, man. It's gonna be peppers all over Biscayne Boulevard.
All right, and my dog Blake says we need to get you as a reporter. So unless he's talking about me, I don't know who, but I'll say he's talking about you.
I mean, I love my Heat. Maybe I will do a little reporting here and there. I don't know, but I appreciate it, Blake.
All right, man. I'm gonna talk to you later. I'm gonna try to get a couple more people in here before I get out of here.
For sure, man.
All right, see you. Bye. That's my boy Xavier, another hooper, man. If you're not a hooper, I don't mess with you unless your name is Thomas Acuna, who we're going to be calling next. But let's catch up on some of these comments real quick. Laptops at 28 or 25%, by the way. We started at 100, so we've been going for a while, man. My boy Nick says we need to keep forcing the ball over. Tatum and Brown both been dropping like 6 turnovers a game, so we just got to keep applying the pressure. Completely agree, because we know the Heat aren't the best scoring team in the league, and shots might not always fall, but what they can always do is apply the same smothering defense. So that's why they got to continue to do that tonight and convert on turnovers, please. They haven't done a great job on that. Let's see what else we got here. My boy Hot Spur says, I say we win by 10. In my opinion, with Tyler Herro playing, we will win. We need to let because Tyler is in. Again, if y'all missed what I was talking about earlier with Tyler Herro, I almost don't want him playing just because unless he's fully healthy, you can't afford to give up easy baskets to this team, and that's what he's going to do. And if his shot's not falling, like if every shot is short like it was the last game he played, which I'm going to assume is because of injury, hopefully, you can't have that again. So him playing is me assuming that he's relatively healthy, and if that's the case, sure, go out there, try to get us some buckets. But we'll see. We'll be able to tell how healthy he looks probably pretty shortly into the game. Or just said we need to let Spo's undefeated conference finals record continue. That's correct. If y'all didn't know, he is 5-0 in conference finals, which is huge. Top 10 coach of all time. I was going to say top 15 because of the whole thing, but nah, he's better than like Steve Kerr and Doc Rivers. Can't even believe Doc Rivers was on that thing. Orchard also said, I was always saying this on the pod, but Jimmy needs to have a good start to reflect it. That's a great point, because a lot of times he comes into the games trying to be passive to get his teammates involved, which in a regular season game, I like. You want to get your teammates' confidence up. You want to get them a lot of easy baskets. Like Max Strus' first basket last game was a dunk off a pass from Jimmy. And obviously Strus was struggling, so the fact that he was able to get an easy look was huge. But with these games like this, the most important games of your career, when you're the guy, screw that facilitating, get everyone involved stuff. Go out there and dominate. So I'm with you. Hot Spur said, in BBL, Kyle Lowry we trust. The BBL might be the issue, man. Maybe that's why his hamstring was hurting. His booty too big. I don't know, man. Orchard said, need Jimmy with that Larry Bird MVP. Oh, that would be so funny to see him hoist the Larry Bird trophy in front of all the Celtics on national television. And then Blake also said, yo, my arm got to be tired. It was so tired holding up the phone for the calls, man. So that's pretty funny. And Nick said, what do you think Jimmy Butler's stat line is going to be for tonight? Let's type this in the chat here. Let's go Jimmy Butler. Let's go with, well, since the Heat are going to win by 46 points, they probably won't be that much, but let's say Jimmy Butler, 25 points. Let's go with 8 assists, and let's go with 11 boards. Why not? Let's go with 11 boards. A couple steals, a couple blocks, probably too. We also got my uncle back in the chat. Shout out my uncle, Robert Rosen, gave us the update. Thank you for the injury update. Tyler Herro, groin available. Looks like everybody else is available as well. Oh, including Robert Williams. Interesting. And Blake said Robert is carrying this right now. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in, man. I did also see a DM from Blake, so let's go ahead and give him a call. Blake, I'm going to go ahead and hit you up on Instagram video chat. Never actually talked with my boy Blake in real life, but he's been a big supporter. Got a couple YouTube channels of his own, I think, doing great things out there at such a young age, which I like to see, because obviously I didn't start getting into content creation until after college. So it's nice to start young, because maybe by the time you're my age. What's going on, Blake? Welcome to the stream, man. You've been watching. You know the deal. How you doing, man? Nice to finally meet you formally. You know the deal, man. Tell us your thoughts, my guy. How you feeling?
Bro, we got to get this done tonight. Bro, we have to, bro. Like, it's crucial right now. Like, if Jimmy does not show up, we out.
Are you doubting Jimmy, though? Or do you believe he will be there?
Nah, he gonna be up. He gonna be up. He just need to show out right now, though.
And how are we feeling? More nervous or excited?
I'm feeling excited. We gonna go to the finals. We gonna go to the finals. I'm excited.
Okay, but you must be a little nervous too.
I hope we make it.
Oh, you got the guts. Okay. I like to see it, man. Real Heat Nation here. Even the youngest of Heat fans got the guts, because that's how we were raised, man. We were raised from the guts. We got Blake here coming all the way from Kentucky. You want to go ahead and shout out your stuff, man? We got 13 live viewers in here, man.
Yeah, it's like I got a YouTube channel. Y'all probably see me in chat. Blake Stafford. I think I got like 130 subscribers.
Oh, congrats, man. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah, I haven't been uploading lately. My computer keeps crashing while I'm trying to edit.
I feel that.
It is what it is. We're trying.
I like that though, man. I really like to see, because I always liked making videos when I was young too, but it was just kind of for myself and just for fun. But I like the fact that you actually out there posting and trying to build a community. And I love, that you're a part of, basketball culture and stuff too, because it's really a fun community on the internet. So many great creators out there. So I'm glad to see that you trying to be a part of that, man.
Yes, sir.
And growing quick too, man. That's a lot of subs, man. That is a lot of subs. Don't give up, man. Keep going, man. Because it's gonna be excited to grow up with you in this community, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. And Riley, we trust, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get some other people in there. Thanks for calling in, Blake. Nice to finally talk to you, man. See you later. Peace. Got my boy Matthew P. First comment, I saw he was in here before we even went live. What's up, Matthew P? We doing score predictions and feelings, man. More nervous, more excited. What are you feeling, man? Also, you better pick Heat win or I'm gonna block you. I'm just kidding. What's the battery? Oh, laptop battery at 17%. I can't really do my charger because I got the I will go get Matthew P. I think I don't know, Blake. How old are you? I actually don't know. I think he's like 12 or something. I'm gonna go get my charger real quick. So y'all could entertain yourselves in the chat real quick. Because we're just gonna go for a little bit longer. But yeah, let me get this real quick. Heat Nation, we in here. This is just filler talk while I plug in my charger. Y'all know the vibes, man. I don't know if that's my girlfriend walking towards the room, but if she is, she can come in here and give a score prediction as well. Yeah, man, he youngin'. I think he in middle school. I think I saw, because he had hit me up on or he's a fan of the channel when I was reaching out to Heat fans or something. I don't know, but I like to see it, man. Heat community runs deep, man, and they proud. We proud to be here. Let me go ahead and call the worst basketball player I know. His name is Thomas Acuna. Big NBA fan, not necessarily a Heat fan, but we're going to go ahead and call and see how he's running out. 15. I did say middle school. I think 12 is like, no, 12 is not elementary. Are you middle? 15 is high school. 15 is high school, right? I think so. I don't know, man. But yeah, shout out, Blake. I didn't mean to call you 12. My fault, bro. my fault, bro. I don't really know, man. So again, we shooting 0 for today. We like 2 for 7 on the phone calls, man. Okay, so he said he's going to high school next year, man. Congrats, though, man. High school is fun. High school is the best years of my life. I don't know many people that say this, but if I could go back in time and repeat high school, I absolutely would, man. It was some great times playing ball every day in the gym. That was some of the most competitive basketball I ever played was PE basketball, because that's when you got all your boys around you, and you cannot take that for granted, because once you grow up, people get jobs, people have kids, people move away. You don't get to hoop as much anymore. So, yeah, Matthew P said, wait, Orchard said, you see my Jimmy edit took like 4 hours to make. Was that one on TikTok? I follow a few editors on TikTok, so I'm not sure if I remember yours specifically, but I probably did see it. I could go ahead and pull it up in a second. Matthew P said, yo, I liked your friend in that video of best Heat players. He seems entertaining. That's my boy, Will. Shout out to Will, man. That's the Wednesdays with Will series. It will be back in the off season. I have a ton of ideas, dozens and dozens of ideas. I just kind of decided to shelve that series for the off season, so I have some content I can push out. But it's going to be fun, man. And I've upgraded all the equipment since then. That was way back in the day, like 6 months ago when I started. But the quality will be much higher. Our voices will be much higher. The video will be clear. And it's going to be a really, really fun series. So I'm excited for that. And Orchard said, yeah, on TikTok. Let's go ahead and shout out my dog Orchard. Like I said, also from the Heat vs. the World podcast. We're doing good things up there, man. What's your handle, Orchard? It's not Orchard. It's Jimmy something, right? I think it's like Jimmy something. Jimmy C. Yeah, Jimmy C 511, I think. Is it this one? Look at that, Jimmy. That and one he had was huge, man. That's fire. Let's rewatch it. Not gonna lie, at first I thought he traveled on that spin, but he didn't. The big steal, and he came aggressive to the paint. Had a few and ones because of his aggressiveness there. That was the big one for the lead with like a minute to go in the game. That was the really big one there, man. This is the one, Orchard, right? I think that's your most recent one, man. That's fire. That's a fire edit, man. Shout out to you, Orchard. I appreciate that, man. I don't know if Nick is asking for his TikTok or my TikTok. He's asking for his, I guess. My TikTok is just my name, Anthony DiNardo, too. But the Instagram and Twitter are AnthonyD_Heat for the personal one always. I'll scroll through my contacts list real quick, see if we get anyone else that wants to come in here. Because I thought we'd get a lot more people that wanted to talk. I mean, we've been going for 35 minutes longer than I had planned to anyways, but it's all good, man. And now we got my girl. You want to hop in the stream? No. You want to hop in the stream audibly? Yeah. Give me a prediction. How are we feeling? Are we annoyed that I've taken so long and have neglected you for this long? Yeah, no, I'm hungry. Oh, she's hungry. Are you hungry? Oh, okay. Yeah, we got like some Skittles. 100, 110, Miami. Okay. Okay. I'll give her some love here. This is my lock screen. Y'all like it? It's cute, ain't it? All right. Well, luckily for you, I'm just searching through my contacts, seeing if there's anyone else I can reach out to that we'll see who the real friends are. Since everyone's been neglecting me. How dare they? None of these people didn't answer me. Let's see if Bobby wants to chat. Let's try that. My dog Bobby from the Bobby Digital Sports Podcast, who did like 4 amazing episodes and then completely stopped. But he's been, focusing on his life and stuff, getting a lot of things together. So we'll see if he can answer here. But, knowing my luck, he ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna be. That's on stream for you, baby. All right. He ain't gonna answer, man. All right. I just searched through. I just typed the basketball emoji in my contacts, and I'm scrolling through all the names here. Because these are all the hoopers, man. I know when you a hooper, man, I got a lot of friends that are hoopers too. Let's call my boy Ted. Let's call my boy Ted. Y'all want to talk about a hooper? That's my boy Ted. Almost graduated UCF in Orlando. Shout out to him, and I'll be home soon. There he is, my boy Ted. What's going on, man? You know what that voice means, right? It's playoff time. That voice means I'm live streaming and I'm calling basketball fans to get their take. You want to hop on the stream, man? Yeah. We got Ted on the stream. Ted, shout out to the people, man. We got 15 live viewers in the chat. Tell us how you feeling. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you think. Not a Heat fan, by the way. I believe he's a Chicago Bulls fan, but I'll let him get into that.
I'll always support Jimmy, but
True.
I'm from Florida, not a Heat fan, but I think the Heat can pull it off, beating the Celtics. But I'm just scared for y'all playing Golden State, honestly.
Okay. So you are rooting for us tonight, yeah? Yeah. I appreciate that. And first of all, I mean, how you doing? How's everything? It's good.
Chilling.
You gaming right now? What you playing?
Elden Ring, losing my just died.
Elden Ring. Nah, see, you folded because if you was a real friend, you should have said you playing Battlefield. Shout out Santi Go to Gaming, but it's all good.
You can't play that game, bro.
I gave that man Santi 3 shout outs already this pod, and he ain't answered my phone call once. That's why I just got out the phone with Zay, so I said let me call Ted also. And Lynn did not answer my call, so y'all the real ones, man. You and Zay, so I appreciate that, man.
Got you.
But you we're doing predictions. So you got a score prediction or just an overall prediction? What you thinking going into Game 7 tonight?
I think score is going to be under 100, and Miami's going to be over 90, and Boston under. It won't be. I think it'll be a blowout. I'll say Boston like 85. Miami 90, Boston 85. Put your bets in.
Okay, so you thinking a dogfight. That's kind of what I was thinking too. It's not going to be easy, especially since both teams emptied the tank in Game 6. So they might be a little dead going into it. But I like it, man. I appreciate the support. And I forgot that you got to be a Jimmy guy too. All Bulls fans got to love Jimmy. He just wanted to win. And I mean, y'all know your organization has been like struggling. So.
But all right, man, I'm gonna definitely tune in live, and I'll call whether you're good or bad teams to support you because I know you'll need it if they don't.
All right, man. I'm gonna go hit up some other people. You want to shout out anything before we get out of here?
Shout out UCF, I guess.
Okay. I already shouted it out before you picked up the phone. You good though? I appreciate it, Ted. I'll talk to you later, bro.
Hey, shout out all the strength builds in Elden Ring.
Shout out all this. Why are they kicking your ass right now? I don't know how that game works.
I don't got any magic, so I'm getting my tail beat.
All right, man.
Later.
Take it easy, Ted. Thanks for being a real friend and answering the phone, unlike Santi. Unsubscribe from Santi. Go to the game. All right, boy. Take it easy. All right, man. I think that's going to be – I got a lot more people I can call, but I've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes. I still got 9 viewers. I greatly appreciate it, man. What else we got here? Some emojis. Or just said I wasn't really watching many Bulls games back in the day, but in the games I did watch, I do remember Jimmy. Yeah, that's because I guess Jimmy – how long has it been since he was a Bull? He's been with Miami for 3 seasons now. But I think it was 2 years because they kind of shoved in that 1 year. But let's just say 3 years and then a year and a half with Philly, a year and a half with Minnesota. Is that almost 6 years? Has it been that long? I don't know if it's been that long. But let's see who else we got in here. I want to save a lot of these people for the next stream also. So I don't know how many people I want to hit up right now. But I can call... We'll FaceTime Trayvon. We'll see, because Trayvon was in the chat earlier. Why does it not show him in my Oh, here it is. All right, let's call Trayvon. Trayvon is a hooper, true big man, not scared to be aggressive like Santi is, blocking shots and everything, man. But he was in the chat earlier, so he is a real friend. If you don't pick up, I ain't mad at you, Trayvon. You all good, man. If you don't pick up, I'll probably call it there, unless somebody wants to DM me on the Instagram and get in as one of the last callers here, as we are now about an hour and a half away from Game 7. Nick said, am I going to stream after the game today? No, that's a question I'd answered earlier too. Sorry, Trayvon. Just because I even told some boys they couldn't come over tonight because I need to watch the game alone, because I just got to, do my routines and stuff, man. And I just got to be alone, man, in a dark room with candles around me and the signed Jimmy Butler poster hanging above where I can get on my knees and pray to our Lord and Savior, Jimothy G. Buckets. But yeah, no streaming. If they do win, I probably won't get a video out after tonight, just because I'm going to want to celebrate. But maybe tomorrow or maybe the next video I'll do is a rant. But the rant is going to take some time because I want to put a lot of thought into it and stuff. But yeah, all right. We've been streaming for an hour and 41 minutes and 44 seconds. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until we get to 42 minutes and 22 seconds to honor Jim VP, the Him Reaper, Jimmy Butler, Jimmy G Buckets himself, for a good omen. So we got another 22 seconds exactly starting now. Any final comments? All hell, Jimothy Butler. Yes, sir. Matthew P. May Riley be with you. Nick, may Riley be with you as well. And Orchard, may Riley be with you. Blake, may Riley be with you. And we have another. I don't know if I got to hit end stream twice. That might mess it up.